Lauren Leader.
And I'm Daniella Pierre-Bravo, and we're back with another segment of Equal Value, where we shine a light on stories of gender equity and equal representation. Lauren, we got a lot to talk about.
We sure do.
An important story coming out of Washington of bipartisanship with Senators Joni Ernst and Kirsten Gillibrand working together to address the long-standing issue of sexual assault in the military.
This is such an amazing story, and I've been thinking about it so much. You know, it's obviously the plight of women in the military who have been victims of sexual assault and harassment is a horrendous story. And Senator Kirsten Gillibrand has been working for years to advance this issue in the Senate. But what's so amazing is that this is a story of bipartisanship. Two women, opposite sides of the aisle, Kirsten Gillibrand, Democrat of New York, Joni Ernst, Republican of Iowa, and they've come together and come to an agreement about taking the reporting around sexual assault out of the chain of command. It's a huge breakthrough, and now it means that they actually will be able to pass legislation around this as part of the Defense Authorization Bill.
Well, it's more evidence, Lauren, of why it's so important to have women in positions of power to drive change. Of course, in business, like in politics, women are underrepresented in leadership. And the truth is that advice on how to get there, you know this, and break through isn't always the best. Harvard Business Review recently came out with a piece, 7 pieces of bad advice women should ignore. Things like find a mentor, be yourself, be more confident, find work-life balance, and more. I know you have thoughts. There's one in particular you really don't agree with, so take the floor.
First of all, this is advice I give people. So the fact that now Harvard Business Review is saying it's all wrong, I don't appreciate that, and I think it's not true. But the one that I also thought was sort of unbelievable that they said women should throw out, women are often told change the way you speak, although we not quite like that. They say don't. But the point is, it's not that women have to change the way they speak, but ultimately part of being successful in business in any environment is your ability to communicate effectively.
Yeah, of course.
And you have to work on it. It doesn't come naturally. Absolutely. Own your messaging, but also, learn how to take complex ideas and distill it down to a clear, concise thought. That's critical. It makes a huge difference. And it's important for men, but it's also really important for women to be taken seriously and to get ahead.
And to give them credit, I do agree with one piece of advice that they said. They say be yourself is not always the best career advice, and you know this. Often at the beginning of coming into the workplace, you kind of do have to play by the rules, right? Communication styles, social cues, office nuances, politics. Instead, they say seek out workplaces that address, this is really important, psychological safety. So psychological safety is the sense that you can be who you are with your teammates. You can speak openly, freely, without feeling that you're going to get repercussions for it. Really important for women of color. One question that they tell you to ask in an interview is, how are employees with families to take care of, particularly mothers, treated? I think that's really important.
I mean, that's important. I mean, I'd love to think we all have infinite choices, that we can be that selective. And honestly, it's very hard to discern that in an interview process. Most companies will say, of course, that they're super family friendly. It doesn't always translate. So absolutely, look, it's so important that we keep pushing companies, organizations to get more serious about inclusion and about the way they treat people.
What is the best career advice that you've gotten?
Okay, so the best career advice I've gotten, and I give it to people, so it really matters to me, and that is building authentic and meaningful relationships. Get to know people, build relationships with people that you sincerely respect, who have values that you share, because those relationships will transcend, any one job or any one opportunity and really stand you in good stead for the long term. And it's certainly been true for me. Those real meaningful relationships have been everything for my career.
Oh yeah, same here. I actually, one of the best pieces of advice is actually from Mika, and she says, respect first, friendships follow. Such good advice.
That. Before we close, good news alert. Our friends at the 19th News that report on gender news around the world reported that the Biden administration, in its first 100 days, out of the first 1,000 plus appointments into the federal government, 58% women.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I love that.
Highest number in history. Incredible progress.
Well, it's about time, right? We want to hear from you. Tweet us at #EqualValue and tell us what's the best and worst career advice you've gotten.
Thanks for joining us.